you have to embrace the present moment. Good or bad, you have to embrace it. When I was cut from the Denver Broncos in 2002, I was just coming off 51 catches and 6 touchdowns. Tied Tony Gonzalez for the most touchdowns by a tight end that year. I'm in my third year, up and coming. Just signed that $1.2 million contract, and I'm gonna be the starter next year. They brought in Shannon Sharp. I'm not gonna be the starter next year. They brought him back to the Denver Broncos. I'm not gonna be the starter. And then in camp, guess what? I broke my arm. I have the scar here to show for it. Okay, so not only am I not going to be the starter, I'm going to be out for 6 games, at least. Oh, they just told me to bring my playbook with me to go see Coach Shanahan. I'm not on the team anymore. They just cut me after having a great season. And here's the thing about it. Since I had that great season, me and my wife, we said, all right, let's go ahead and start this family. I'm going to get paid next year. Everything is falling in place. Then I get cut. And now I got to go home and tell her, we just had bought a house that same year. I got to go home and say, I don't have a job now. That's hard to do. And it's tough. And anxiety and everything else comes with that. But here's the thing. You can't change it. You are where you are. And it's not about whose fault it is. It was no one's fault that I got released from the Denver Broncos. Who am I going to blame? Only thing I could say now is it's my responsibility to take care of my family. And I accepted the moment for what it was. Now, let me just back up. I'm human. I was pissed. I was scared. I was like, what's happening next? But once I got past that point, which took about 36 hours, and I got picked up by the Miami Dolphins for a third of what I was going to be paid, I said, I'm going to embrace this moment, go to Miami, and then I'm not the starter in Miami. I'm third string. I said, the thing that I know I can do is I can play football. And regardless if I'm starting or not, my standards are my standards. I'm going to be the same person, the same football player, given whatever opportunities I have to put myself in position to get back to where I want to go. And it happened. All I was able to do with the Miami Dolphins was play special teams. I caught 2 passes after a year of catching 51. But I played so well in special teams that the Chicago Bears noticed. And when they noticed it, they knew that I could be a good tight end. What they didn't know is my passion for the game and the character that I had for football. And ultimately, they said, besides me being a good tight end, what they noticed with me with the Miami Dolphins is what ultimately made them want to offer me a long-term contract and bring me in as a starter. So to answer your question, when bad things happen, we have to embrace those times just like we want to party when the good times happen. And once we embrace those things, we got to ask ourselves the question, now what? Now what am I going to do? And the first thing that we have to do is remember who we are, the standards that we have for each other, for ourselves, and make sure that we maintain those standards as we continue to dig our way out of whatever hole that we're in. No matter if it's your fault, somebody else's fault, I don't care whose fault. Whose responsibility is it to get yourself out of it? It's only yours.